Well, Nikunj, I have to interrupt you there. Important news coming in. NDA revises the financial year 2006-2012 GDP growth rates. I'm told Hina joins us with more details. Let me go across to Hina for more on this. Hina, ये जो बड़ी खबर आ रही है, जानकारी मिल रही है कि government has lowered the GDP for a majority of 10 years of the UPA regime.
जी बिल्कुल स्वाति, आपको याद होगा कि कुछ महीने पहले बीजेपी ने डेटा रिलीज किया था जीडीपी का। उसमें ये दिखाया था कि किस तरह से यूपीए सरकार के टाइम के दौरान जीडीपी ग्रोथ जो थी वो काफी अच्छी रही और उसके बाद वो नोट हटा लिया गया था। और कांग्रेस पार्टी ने इस बात में अपने को क्रेडिट भी दिया था कि किस तरह से यूपीए के दौरान ग्रोथ अच्छी रही। और दिस इज ऑल आफ्टर द बीजेपी गवर्नमेंट, व्हेन बीजेपी गवर्नमेंट केम टू पावर, इट हैड चेंज्ड द बेस ईयर एंड सडनली द नंबर्स वर लुकिंग बेटर। एंड टुडे the government in fact has come out with the back series data of the GDP of the entire country, and as a result the last 10 years of UPA government have now been shown as per the new methodology of the GDP. Now this became a controversial issue. We had seen political war as well on this issue between Congress and the BJP, and now we are being told as per the latest data that NDA government has lowered the growth rates for a majority of the previous 10 years of the UPA regime. The government is saying that this data is at par with the new data that has now been released. Now, interesting thing is here that for 2010 and 11, the economy actually grew by 8.5%. Last time when the government had released the data, it showed 10.3%. And Congress was quick to take credit that, you know, under UPA's regime, we saw 10% as our GDP growth. Suddenly that note was removed. So now today, the final GDP data has come out as per the new methodology.
So this, Hina, reflects a more appropriate picture of the economy, is it?
Well, that's right. And in fact, you know, what is important here is that under the new methodology only, when last time NDA government came out with the GDP data, it had actually shown better numbers for the year 2010-11 and 11-12. But this time, in today's release, that number has been lowered from 10% to 8.5% in 2010 and 11, and from 6.6% to 5.2% in 2011 and 12. So the question is, why this discrepancy really that has come in from the same government side? So Central Statistics Office earlier had given us, the data which showed better growth numbers, but today's numbers are slightly lower. So we'll have to see how the Congress party really responds to this data now.
All right, Hina, stay with us. We are also joined by a senior journalist and also political analyst, Mr. Rajgopalan. Mr. Rajgopalan, how are you looking at this? Because there is going to be a massive controversy ahead now. Clearly, question will be asked कि कौन सा data असली तस्वीर को दिखा रहा है? Why has the government lowered the GDP growth rates for a majority of the previous 10 years of the UPA regime?
Whatever Mr. Arun Jaitley's department, finance ministry has done and brought out by your Hina Kambir is a fact story, and congratulations to that. Why massive political controversy will erupt? Because it is the strategy of the UPA government which was inflating the figures. Now the NDA is exposing what P. Chidambaram and Dr. Manmohan Singh were falsely claiming during those times. That is the reason NDA revises financial year problems, and it has created a conducive atmosphere for NDA.
All right, Mr. Rajgopalan, let me also go across to our consulting editor, Athar, for more on this. Athar, Mr. Rajgopalan is saying that the NDA inflated the data. Now we are given to understand that the government has lowered the GDP growth rate for the last 10 years of the UPA regime. Which data should we believe, and which data in fact is going to give us the real picture?
Well, that's the debate. There lies the debate, Swati, because immediately you will see the next hour or so the Congress party and other UPA constituents coming out, and they will suggest, and I can guarantee you, Swati, they will suggest this is only being done to somehow reflect badly on the growth that we saw, the country saw in the UPA years. Remember, post 2004, after the first UPA government came to power, their golden years were from 2006 to 2008 and 9. This is when the second UPA came in, and the second UPA term, of course, we know the growth wasn't that as big. But Congress as well as other UPA constituents are likely to say this is yet another political tactic to make sure that the great growth as the UPA claimed and as we all saw during those years, it is an effort to lower that, in an effort, really a political effort to make sure that the UPA era growth reflects badly. If you look at what our colleague Hina Gambhir has sent us, really, in August, back series data on GDP prepared by the Committee on Real Sector Statistics, constituted by the National Statistical Commission, created controversy, which is absolutely true. It did create a big controversy. I have a feeling, Swati, this new revision, if I may call it that, will create a far bigger controversy, because all the UPA economic czars or generals will come out and will have their own data, will come out with their own economic theories and will dispute this highly. We have to wait and watch, really, what is the logic behind completely backdating this data and saying that, look, we had this growth, so-and-so growth for so many years.
Absolutely.
Why is the government now saying that
says
was not true?
change in methodology. The opposition will say this is not a change in methodology, this is a change in their political strategy. We'll keep tracking all the developments, Arthur. Thank you for getting us those details. Also, thank you to Hina for updating us. Taking a very short break.